Bills at Dolphins. What's more likely? Buffalo notches another double-digit win, or the game is decided by one score. The Bills are 6-point favorites, and the Bills' last 20 regular season wins, let me get that accurate, wins have been by double digits.
I mean, they're scary that way. That's where it's like, because they could be up by 4, and with 7 minutes left, and all of a sudden it's like, whoa, Josh Allen threw a touchdown, and they got the ball back, and they won by 15 or 17, and you just go, wow, that was unbelievable. It was kind of a close game. I mean, double-digit wins are not easy to come by. This is a Dolphins team that I do think believes in themselves, and it's a measuring stick. I'm going to say that, it's decided by one score, but I don't say that like convincingly. I don't feel like great about it. I don't. We know. I mean, this Bills team is good. They're battle tested. They're ready. The Dolphins, we know, are very talented, but I still think young, figuring out their way. Will the win from last week be a little too much for them to handle? And hey, we're awesome, and just talking about that all the time. That'll be interesting too. But yeah, I'm going to go one score game here, Mike. What about you?
Short week for the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Emotional scene Monday night. Easy to have a little bit of a letdown. Easy to still think the Dolphins still, we're the Bills, they're the Dolphins. Yeah, they got a couple wins. But, hey, they got Tyreek Hill. And the last time we saw Tyreek Hill with the Chiefs, the next to the last time, because they lost the following week to the Bengals, but the last victory for the Chiefs with Tyreek Hill was that game against the Bills when he's blazing by everybody. I mean, they find a way to get the ball in his hands, and off he goes to the races. The Bills don't have a way to track him down. So I'm with you. I think it's more likely it's one score. It doesn't mean the Bills win or the Dolphins win, but I think it's going to be difficult for the Bills to blow them off the field. I think they need to accept that they're going to be facing a team that may be able to match them far better than the Titans, and even better than the Rams.
Yeah, I mean, this is the game of the day, in my opinion, right here. I can't wait to watch this one. Because the McDaniels versus McDermott, Leslie Frazier, McDaniel, versus those two guys, McDermott and Leslie Frazier on that side of the ball. These are, X's and O's. McDaniel, he puts you, a lot of movement before the snap. It's gives you a lot to think about. Oh, wait, we shifted a tight end here. Oh, wait, now a fullback went in here in the slot, and here's Tyreek Hill over here, and he motions it over here, and we make a run to the running back, or we're going to run it as an RPO, and, oh, we don't like it. We can throw a screen pass to Tyreek Hill. I was kind of breaking some of these things down on the podcast, yesterday for what I do on Wednesdays, and that's where they put you in a bind, and I always look at those Dolphins coaches as good as anybody at, like, breaking teams down and figuring out a formula that makes sense for their defense to stop it. So that's interesting. And then, I don't know, Mike, I'll ask you, like, Dolphins, they got burned in that all-out look last week by Lamar and the Ravens. How much you gonna do that this week against this freaking guy? Like, how you going to do that a whole lot? That's another thing I'm interested to see. We're going to put 10 guys at the line of scrimmage versus Josh Allen. That could be scary. So I'm interested to see what they do on that side of the ball too.
And I think they need to maybe focus on taking away Stephon Diggs. When I talked to Diggs the other day, I didn't get the impression he got blanketed by the Titans the way that he thought that he would. And obviously, 12 catches, 148 yards, 3 touchdowns. But if Gabriel Davis, for some reason, isn't able to play, I think the Dolphins would be wise to try to erase Diggs and force Josh Allen to go to other guys and trust other guys. And if you can take Diggs out of the equation, that becomes a different offense. But you're playing with fire if you try that stuff with Josh Allen, because he'll be able to buy time with his legs.
Exactly.
Here comes the blitz. We talked about it earlier in the week. He's like Neo at the end of the first Matrix movie. He can slow everything down around him and figure out how to speed himself up. You're going to waste your time, and you're just going to set yourself up to get burned for long touchdowns if you try that with Josh Allen.
Yeah, exactly right. And then they have ways to beat that. His talent, the quarterback design runs could be scary against that look, like we saw Lamar with the 75-yard run. They have answers, of course, in the pass game, and I think when you couple that with, his ability, that can be scary. I'd be shocked to think that Miami's going to do that a whole lot against them, but maybe I'm wrong. But I'm very fascinated by this game. I really am. I think it's the game of the week.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.